Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from the house of the teething baby, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, a wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and without any further ado, my authentically hatted co-host, Flying Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how are you doing, my friend?
Right off the cuff there, Eric.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm very naturally speaking here. How are things?
Should we review again?
No, please don't review anything. Should we? So, we have a match. I'll say right off the bat here, it's not an hour long. So
thanks, Eric. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm willing to get into as much detail as you want. Should we talk a bit about Vince McMahon?
Oh, is that what we were talking about? We were talking about last week, right?
Well, we brought it up briefly the last Wrestle Talk episode. But...
I would be. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
So Vince McMahon, just again, anyone who listened to the last episode, Omega versus Okada 2, heard us mention a bit, which if you're in the wrestle sphere or not, you may have heard varying amounts of this, but essentially Vince McMahon, who was ousted from the WWE, like a year or two ago at this point, he forced his way back in. And then, supposedly, and the whole reason he left originally was because somebody who'd essentially come out and said, hey, he was doing improper things with employees of the company. That's what forced him to step down originally. He forced his way back in, and then, according to the lawsuit that was filed, he did not pay on the NDA that was signed. There was an agreement of him paying $3 million, which, for the record, Vince McMahon is a billionaire, I think several times over by this point. The fact that he wouldn't just pay her $3 million in one lump sum is absolutely fucking ridiculous. But go ahead.
No, so the NDA, did he have? I don't really know, if they're indefinite or did he have how much time do you have to pay before this NDA is no longer valid?
Well, I think the idea is that they're indefinite.
They're indefinite, and he just never paid. Jesus Christ!
I think he paid her a portion of what he said he would, and then never paid the additional portions.
It's got to be a pride thing with these people. I swear, there's so many people, billionaires, whatever, and then they're just yeah. I think $3 million.
It was, I think, from what I've heard, and I've not looked into this exhaustively. I believe that he paid her $1 million, but of the promised $3 million, and then was dragging his feet about paying the remainder of the amount.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad he did because
he gave me a lot of interesting things and confirmed a lot of suspicions that I had about him by him not paying the remaining $2 million. That's for sure. But yeah, so this person, Janelle Grant, that's common knowledge at this point. I'm not breaking the story in case anyone was unsure about that.
If you were breaking the story, this would be
yeah, for sure. This is the episode. You've come to the right place. For hard-hitting news, you've come to the right place. But Janelle Grant basically came forward and detailed all the things that Vince McMahon had done to her during their, I guess you can call it a relationship, because relationships can be shitty and toxic. So I guess that's what it was. But yeah, it was horrible. It sounded like a miserable experience. The short version is her parents had both passed away in pretty short order. They lived, or the communal them, her and her parents or somebody, she was essentially taking care of them. Her parents both passed away in pretty short order. Somebody that lived in this building was basically hey, you should go see Vince McMahon. He can probably help you out. And so she did that. He got her hired on as a paralegal at the organization, which, by my understanding, she had no qualifications to be a paralegal, but essentially he got her on as a paralegal just with the expectation that she was going to be his concubine, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's a term that gets thrown out all that often these days, but and then to then take matters a step further, not only was she basically at his beck and call for like sexual favors, but then he started having other executives within the organization also using her for sexual purposes.
Was this their relationship?
Yes.
So they weren't in a relationship. This was the relationship. Like
Yes, the relationship was he would give her extravagant gifts.
Okay, yeah.
And she would basically just acquiesce to providing sexual favors and whatnot. And like 3 ways with him and other executives. There's one incident in particular where she outlined that, I don't know, I think it was Vince himself, actually, I believe she said, had defecated on her.
Mentioned that.
During a 3-way. He went to go shower and he refused to let her shower. Then he came back and did more stuff with her.
It's just, I don't get it.
What, poop fetishes? Yeah. I mean,
it's not that I don't want to like, take away from what I'm just like, obviously that's, very traumatic, but like, Jesus Christ, like it just, I mean, crazy shit. And for this to all come out, like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like that happened, and apparently, like, so we have not seen Brock Lesnar on the program. I think you actually at one point in time did text me like, why haven't we seen Brock Lesnar? And I was like, how the fuck do you know who Brock Lesnar is? Anyway.
TikTok or something. Was it? I sent you something on.
You didn't send. No, it was just a text out of the blue. I assumed you had been drinking, but yeah, it was probably related to a TikTok. But anyway, supposedly Vince had offered her up her services, quote unquote, to Brock Lesnar as a signing bonus of sorts. Like, Jesus. Hey, re-sign to WWE and you get a night with my paralegal. So, I mean, and there was plenty of other things that were kind of outlined that took place and whatnot. And then the executive, who also was kind of embroiled in all this, has basically said, like, I was a victim too. Like, I was basically like, this guy has a very shady history, so it's hard
like to... The guy who was having sex with her
the non-Vince McMahon executive that was having sex with her has basically said, like, hey, my job was at risk. Like, if I didn't do this, Vince would have fired me, which could potentially be true, but I also think that this guy's, like, kind of also a piece of shit. But what's hilarious to me about that situation is, like, that guy is so willingly saying, hey, I'll work with you guys for whatever you need. Like, anything about Vince McMahon, I'll fucking tell you. Which is hilarious to me that this guy's flipping so effortlessly against Vince McMahon.
So you had mentioned like this is like I've been seeing a lot of Vince McMahon like kind of memes pop up recently, but I haven't really heard the story. And you're saying this is, I mean, he's done. He's done.
Yes.
And is he just done from like WWE, or is he facing legal like action too? Like
he's facing legal action. So like there's this is a civil suit, to my understanding, that Janelle Grant has brought up against him. However,
civil suits go so well in this country.
Civil suits go so well. The legal office that has taken on this case has apparently been flooded with other women stepping up and basically telling their stories, which we already about Vince. And we already knew, like, Rita Chatterton, the 80s, the first female referee from the 80s who claimed that Vince McMahon raped her. We knew that story already. We knew about, there were 2 tanning salon employees that Vince had apparently like exposed himself to and shown pictures to. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like blatant that I can think about. There's also a story that has started to get more traction about recently about a former diva, women's wrestler, whatever you want to call her, where Vince was like, I think he was forcing him, like he was constantly trying to get her to sleep with him, which I'm sure was very common at that point in time. But also she had supposedly been raped by somebody in the military. I think it was like a military doctor. The WWE used to do these yearly tribute to the troops shows where oftentimes they would fly to like the Middle East and do these shows for the troops. Yeah. But at some point in time, this woman had gone to a military doctor and said that she'd basically been sexually assaulted. Vince told her, you can't, like, we need to shut this down now because I don't want the relationship with the military to be affected in any way. And so he like squashed the whole thing. And so now, like, yeah, so all these things have been brought to light. I'm sure there's going to be more. Supposedly, I think a year ago, the federal government did a raid and took his phone. So I'm sure we will find out more shit over the coming months about Vince McMahon. But yeah, so that's like the super, super abridged version of what's going on with him. But yes, he had... when WWE was its own thing, despite the fact that it was publicly traded and he wasn't like the official owner anymore, he still had the majority voting power. So even though he stepped down voluntarily, he basically said, I want to sell. I will never approve a sale unless I'm a part of the unless I'm a part of the board again. And he strong-armed his way back into the company. A bunch of people stepped down who I think knew, oh, there's some shady shit happening.
This is prior to these allegations.
Correct.
Coming.
Well, before the new information came to light, for sure. And so then UFC and WWE, they merged, and now they're under the umbrella of this company, TKO, and now Vince doesn't have that level of power anymore. He still owns 12% of the company, which...
12% of the UFC and WWE, like...
Yes, correct. Yeah. So, and like, I'm not going to get on a soapbox or anything, but like, that's been one of the main reasons why I haven't really felt super comfortable, like, paying for WWE products, because like, I don't want to fund this piece of shit any more than I have. Like, I've already spent... Trust me, I've spent a fuckload of money on WWE in the past. I don't really want to bankroll this asshole anymore if I can help it.
I think that's a good stance. Like,
well,
it's a good line to hold. Like,
WWE is doing better than it has probably ever. So I don't think there's a whole lot of other people that share that stance.
I don't, not to get off topic, but like, I know like WWE, right? Like that's like, he's like the Logan Paul thing's going on. I keep seeing him like, which is just like, right. Is that their big number one guy right now?
He's not. No, he's a heavily featured guy, but he's not their number one guy.
I don't even know who their number. I mean,
it's probably Roman. The Rock is back. You could maybe argue that The Rock might be it, but
The Rock is like getting. He's also like kind of getting some shit right now for his statements on the Maui thing.
Right? Yeah, which I didn't even realize until I read about that over the past week. But I mean, it's not nearly in the same universe as Vince McMahon. But
yes. Okay. All right.
Why don't you just donate, motherfucker? Yeah, that whole thing.
I remember watching. I was like, when this merger happened, I was at my dad's house, and he's always watching like the stock stuff, NBC, whatever, and like, I was like, oh shit, like UFC and WWE, and he's talking about it too. I was like, I mean, I don't know what it does for them, but like, interesting merger. Also, Dana White's kind of a piece of shit too. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. And so like that also plays into it too, because it's like, there's a lot of pieces of shit everywhere. I think the idea is that a lot of the people that were aligned with Vince probably knew something, and anyone who did know something is probably not going to be a part of the company anymore. There's a bunch of weird shit around his daughter, Stephanie, where like when he originally stepped down, she became co-CEO. And then the moment he came back, she left the company altogether, which was weird. And she'd already left once before. Like she left. Then when he left, she came back. And then when he came back again, she left again. It was so I'm sure she knew something. There's allegations that she absolutely knew about the Ashley Massaro thing, which then leads to me to believe that Triple H almost also certainly knew something about all these things. But we'll see how everything plays out in the coming month. But that's the Vince McMahon stuff. So like we'll probably see some more Vince things. I don't think I've made my opinions about him,
sure,
quiet. But yeah, this just kind of confirms that. Oh yeah, he sucks. Like I don't know. The court of public opinion I know is one thing, but I already felt like he was a huge piece of shit, and this just more or less confirms it. But we'll know more over the next few months. Any other thoughts?
I don't know what happens. I mean, in civil court, nothing seems to. Maybe he has to pay a fine or something. But
so civil court, I don't think much is going to. I mean, he'll probably end up paying some money. I'm just very curious. Assuming that they don't settle, which this could be gamesmanship for sure. They've said we have no interest in settling, which. Oh man,
her party said they don't have interest in settling.
Yes, that's what she said. Which I hope. For my seeing all this play out, I would love to see this go to trial. I would love to see it go to trial, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of the Vince McMahon thing in a nutshell. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning about it at this point. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was.
There's going to be other women. There will be other women who have similar types of stories about.
Well, it sounds like you said there already is, right? Like they're already.
There's been some. There's been like a trickle. There's going to be a flood. I guarantee you there will be a flood of more women. He and his wife Linda have been separated for I don't even know if they were like officially separated. I think they just been not together for 10, 15 years, and it was just kind of like this quiet thing. She was a part of Donald Trump's cabinet for a bit. I don't know. This is a whole
shocking.
Well, but yeah. So that's Vince McMahon. So more details as they come to light, I suppose.
I'm surprised I haven't heard more about this story. I don't know. Is it?
The Wall Street Journal has written a fair amount about it. It's not Paxton of all people texted me about it, and that's when I knew okay, this is not just a wrestling story anymore. This is this is bigger. But there'll be more. Especially if more women come forward and there's more allegations that happen. He will be on par with Harvey Weinstein. I have a feeling by the time everything's said and done. He'll even if he's not in prison. Although again, the federal government did raid his shit and take his phone. So we'll see how that plays out because that would not be a civil situation. But Vince McMahon rotting in prison with his fucking melting ass plastic face.
I think it's good to put this out there while we do a wrestling podcast covering his. At least we should know that where what's going on. That's
I'll keep.
I always thought the guy was kind of a piece of shit. He was very sleazy. Obviously he could but like I said, I didn't know this was popping up in this kind of context. So
we'll see what happens. But let's move on to something a little bit more lighthearted. We'll talk about our match for today. So Ryan, I know we've had a couple of matches lately that have been a little bit more indulgent for myself. Your hour-long draws, etc. So I figured today, Ryan, we would throw you a bone. So today's match is going to be a first for our program. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. In December of 2014, Ryan, life was good. The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, was setting theaters on fire. TLC released their first single in 9 years, Gift-Wrapped Kiss. For 100 points, Ryan, what are the names of the members of TLC?
Should I know this?
I'm curious. I don't think you do, but do you know it? Do you know any of the members of TLC?
I know TLC, the act, but I don't know,
T-Boz is T.
Yeah, okay, see, there we go.
Left Eye is L, and Chili is C.
Why would I know that?
I don't know. I just figured maybe you just weren't chasing waterfalls, Ryan.
Yeah, my bad.
I guess you're just too much of a scrub. None of these TLC references are hitting you? Okay, that's fine. But in the WWE, Ryan, treachery was afoot. In November, the world's largest athlete, The Big Show, a man that we've seen before as the Giant in WCW, he betrayed his own team in the Survivor Series by knocking out John Cena. Now, I know, Ryan, you've never heard the name John Cena before. This is the first time that name has come up in your life, but we don't need to dwell on that. It stands to reason some members of the John Cena team would want some payback against the traitorous Big Show. And so one man in particular would target the Big Show for revenge. He would stand up against this giant of a man, and he was an unlikely man that would stand up against the Big Show. His name was Erick Rowan. Rowan is somebody else who we've seen once before, way back in episode 7, when he was a member of the Wyatt family. But since then, Rowan has escaped the clutches of Bray Wyatt, and he's struck out on his own, complete with his bald head, long red beard, and his hungry butt. I say hungry butt because he wears like a onesie that tends to like ride up in his butt crack. Rowan wanted to settle the score with the Big Show, and while he doesn't have the size of the world's largest athlete, he's not that much smaller, so he might just have a chance, Ryan. But in the aftermath of the Survivor Series, more was fleshed out about the mysterious Erick Rowan. He enjoys Rubik's Cubes. He has a near genius level IQ of 143, which reminds me, we still have to take IQ tests, by the way. He is a classically trained guitarist, and he's an award-winning vintner. Quite the Renaissance man, much like yourself, Ryan.
Cutting you off, this is going to be a dumb question, but yeah. Hey. Rubik's Cubes.
Yes, go on.
Do you think you have to be a certain level of IQ to put one together in a certain amount of time? Or is that just like let's say you get one mixed up for the first time you've ever seen it, you know? What do you, I mean, are you a Rubik's Cube guy? Like, have you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't.
I don't think, I don't know. So for the record, I don't really I've never taken an IQ test, so I don't know how that's calculated. But like, to me, Rubik's Cube is like a certain part of your brain that part of my brain is not functioning fully properly, especially now with the lack of sleep that I get at this point. But like, my brain, like that part of my brain just doesn't work, like as far as like memorization of like, you need to go left and then twist and then up and then center and whatever. Now, whether or not,
I don't even know if it's, remember, is a lot of pattern recognition too, which I think an IQ test is mostly like your ability to see patterns. And,
is that what it is?
I believe so. I believe like comprehension and but like also like if you get a Rubik's Cube for like if you've done it 50 times, sure, like memorization probably plays a role in it. Like I think same with something like chess, you know, like the moves. But if you get it the first time, you got to be able to like I don't know. I was just I don't know if that's an IQ thing or like
it might be. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a more of a words guy. So I like on the IQ side of words, I think I do okay. When it comes to Rubik's Cubes, I think I'd tank and be like, on the low end of things. So it's hard to say.
You were on a roll here.
No worries. But all those things that I listed, his affinity for Rubik's Cubes, him being an award-winning vintner, and a classically trained guitarist, all those things were things that they said on TV. I didn't make up any of those things. Those were all real things that they said on commentary. But more than anything, Erick Rowan, more than he enjoys vintning, he hates bullies. And there's no bigger bully than the Big Show. So a match was made between these two men on December 1st, 2014. Let's take a look at the very end of that contest between these two big bulls right now.
Erick Rowan all fired up. And there's Big Show. Bam! He is clubbed and clobbered over the top rope. Erick Rowan has got some power. Oh! Into the steel stairs. Oh, man. So much for Big Red.
Snare shot.
Took a fork in him, he's done. Big Red may have to go back to his Rubik's Cube. He may have had enough of the giant.
Rubik's Cube.
Not again. Yeah, once again, the giant with those steel stairs. Evil intentions. Watch your back. I think Big Show is taken aback over the fact that Erick Rowan would actually challenge him and sending a message to the man tonight.
I would just like to say,
yes, please.
People with big red beards like that are the most dramatic people in the fucking world.
What are you talking about? How many people do you know with big red beards like that?
Yeah,
he's like a 6-inch beard.
They're just crybabies. Like,
I mean, you saying you actually do know someone with a big red beard like that?
Like these big guys with these big, long, like frizzy beards that come down like that long. They're always just drama queens. Yeah, like
I don't know where this is coming from, but okay, that's fine. But as we just saw in that clip, the Big Show, who is the bald guy. Well, they're both bald, I guess. The one without the big red beard, the one who wasn't a drama queen. Right. He was able to utilize the most dangerous weapon in wrestling, the solid steel stairs. And so, pardon me.
I like that. I like that move. I didn't know they came apart like that.
Yeah, it's two pieces. There's the bigger piece at the bottom.
It looks like there'd be three pieces, but that's
I mean, you've seen them come apart before, Ryan.
No.
Who's being the drama queen now? Now, while Rowan was victorious due to the Big Show's disqualification, again, he used a weapon. You can't do that in wrestling. It was clear that the Giant had won the war. So, yes, please.
Okay, so I'm okay. Also, I have never seen a match called on that sort of like usage of like an object. Never. I've seen stairs used all the time. I've never seen a match be called straight up.
The disqualification happened not because he was thrown into them. Like, that's fine.
No, but he used it and he hit him. Like, I mean, but you can say the same thing with a chair or a table, right? Like,
those would also be disqualifications. However, a lot of the matches that we watch are like street fights or like no disqualification matches, so that's legal. But in a normal, everyday match, you can't just like pick up an object and strike your opponent with it.
A WWE Monday Night Raw match, you can't do that.
No, not unless it is specifically advertised to be a no disqualification match or something. Yeah. Which, again, a lot of the matches that we've watched have been, like, you can use weapons, but, like, you know, traditionally, your average match is not that way.
I didn't even know that was, like, a differential, like, in the matches. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've done how many episodes? I'm just learning this right now. Like,
that's not true. That's your. I know you believe it's true, but that's really not true. You're objective. You're just, like, sort of cherry picking bits of information that I've told you. We've seen matches that end by disqualification. Not a lot, but we've seen that happen before. Maybe just one or two. But a match, Ryan here, for your benefit, a match was made for the following pay-per-view that would have no disqualifications, Ryan. A match designed to give these men the opportunity to inflict pain and destruction on one another without any consequences or fear of suspension. The next pay-per-view was titled TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs.
Oh.
I know. But an extra item was added to this pay-per-view in honor of this match specifically, rechristening it to Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs. That's right, Ryan. And a first for the Hard Mark podcast. And as far as I know, in professional wrestling as a whole, we're going to watch a stairs match. So piss up a rope ladder matches, blow it out your ass I quit matches, go suck a dick barbed wire death matches, because this is the most dangerous shit of all time.
Give me an hour match here, all right? Like,
give me an hour of people being thrown into these stairs, please.
Good stuff.
Can the award-winning Vintner take out the bully with the help of the several 100-pound steel steps, or will a weaponized giant be too much to overcome? The fans of Cleveland are going to find out live and in living color.
This is such a perfect Cleveland match. You don't want this match anywhere but Cleveland. That's a great call.
What are your thoughts before we jump into this? Because you've been very, very vocal about your dislike of the stairs as a weapon in previous episodes.
As a weapon?
As a, like, you all, every time someone gets thrown into them.
I'm sorry. I was thinking you meant stairs.
Stairs.
Yeah, okay, stairs. Yeah, no. What's your question?
What is your thoughts going into this match, knowing that this is a stairs match, and you've been a very vocal... You've been very vocal about your dislike of the stairs as a weapon previously.
Well, I think the stairs are I think they're fake stairs.
I can walk up them.
Bullshit, flimsy stairs, you know.
But I can walk up them, so they're not fake stairs because I can walk up them and get into the ring that way. So they're not fake. You're saying that they are not dangerous in any way. These stairs.
That's always been my complaint. I'm surprised. Yeah, no, that's my only problem with them. I love the stairs as a weapon. You know, like I just think they're a little flimsy. You know, so like. And I mean, we'll see. And there's also, you said tables and ladders in this match.
Well, no. So the pay-per-view is called Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, but then they added and stairs for this match. So this is a stairs match. You cannot use any other weapon besides stairs in this match.
Well, let me see how bouncy the stairs are, I guess first, and we'll go from there. Like, I'll make my opinion as the match goes on.
I appreciate that. Well, let's go in. Let's really quickly. So, because I introduced this last time, the Erick's correct ranking, I thought it might be fun to kind of talk a little bit about some of the discrepancies that you and I have before we get into this thing. So, as far as the data, your record right now, 51, 38, and 2. That's 2 draws, Ryan. This is the 92nd match that we've watched so far. You're on a 1-match draw streak. The biggest discrepancy between the two of us, if you were to compare Ryan's data versus my data, which is, again, both data sets can be found on our website, hardmarkpodcast.wordpress.com. I'm pretty sure this is what the URL is. Either way, you can find it on our link tree. It's on all of our socials. But the biggest discrepancy is Team Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Team Mark Marrow from, what was that? That was Survivor Series 1996, I think. It was the debut of The Rock. There are 67 places between those matches, between where you put it and where I put it. You ranked that match. You put it number 11.
Oh, I put it high, yeah.
You did. You put it number 11. I put it number 78.
That is a big discrepancy.
So that is the biggest of all the matches. That is the biggest discrepancy of our respective rankings. You really, really liked it. That was also the match where we watched it, and then I was like, "Hey, guess what? That was The Rock," and you were like, "What?" at the end,
it was different,
Yeah, I mean, you're very surprised to see our Fast and the Furious hero. But another notable match that there was a pretty big discrepancy between. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. There's 54 spots between them. I ranked it as my number 9 match, so it did crack my top 10. You have got it ranked number 63. I think you were a little mad about the end of that match with Kane showing up and fucking your pick. But some other little bits of information, little morsels that I thought were interesting. Ryan has 43 matches. So of all, again, how many matches have we watched? We have watched 91 going into this. Of those 91, you have 43 matches that you have said have been good or above. I have 65 matches at good or above.
Yeah, how does that, I mean, we don't have to really get into the weeds on this stuff,
sure.
But like that scale obviously moves, right? So like,
sure.
Good, and how does it move? Is it just if you say it's good, then you add another good?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, yeah. I mean, if it's in the middle of good, it's obviously going to be good. But if it's at the bottom of good, you have to determine if it's going to be okay or good.
Well, right, but okay, so it's just moving based on like the pick of the actual like category. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So if you put something that's number 50, okay. that automatically puts it at okay because it's in the middle of all the other okay stuff. So yeah,
right.
But yeah, so basically, I think that a lot of the matches we watched have been good that you have not felt that way about. Which hey, and then last couple of things I'll mention here just because I find them to be interesting. I'll talk about your top 5, my top 5, your bottom 5, my bottom 5. So and any wrestling fans, you can kind of debate these things if you like, and if you're not a wrestling fan, well, maybe just find it interesting otherwise. But your number 1 is Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. I actually have that as number 3 on my list, so I also think that that's a fantastic fucking match for sure. Your number 2 is Mankind versus The Rock. Where Mankind wins the WWF title, which is a match that I love. However, I put that down at number 18. I think it's a great match. I do not think it's a fucking amazing match. Your number 3 is Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, the ladder match, which I also really like that match, but that is number 12 for me. And then you've got Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. That is my number 2 match right now. And then Mankind versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, you've got at number 5. And then I have that match at number 8. So pretty close.
Yeah.
Mine top 5, Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada at number 1, which you rank 19, which is total fucking bullshit. And why my ranking is obviously correct and Ryan's is not. 2, as mentioned, Will Ospreay versus Shingo, which is another fucking amazing New Japan match. I highly encourage people check it out if you have the opportunity to do so. Number 3 is Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. 4, Kenny Omega versus Tetsuya Naito, which is a very early match that we watched, but was also pretty incredible. And then 5 is Dream Team versus $1 Million Team, which I fully admit is a homer pick. Almost nobody else in the entire world would ever choose that in their top 5 matches, but it's one of
what did I have that at?
47.
Okay, yeah.
47. And then my absolute bottom match, which I don't know how this was not your bottom match. Well, thinking back on it, I do. It's because you have like this inferiority complex that you like lording over people. But the mega powers of Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage versus the Alliance to end Hulkamania.
You have 2 Hulk Hogan matches in your bottom.
I do. So keep that in mind whenever you claim me to be a Hulk Hogan fanboy. Yeah. But yeah, the worst match of all time, absolutely, there's not even a question in my mind.
And what is that for me? Just
it's 84. It's for okay, you. So. You have that in your awful section, but for me, it's fucking trash. And I would do anything in the world but watch that match again if given the opportunity. So. All right, so that's it. So again, a little bit more data just because I wanted to kind of level set everybody on my list and Ryan's list, but we will watch the match of Big Show versus Erick Rowan. We'll come back with our thoughts on that thing. Thank you very much, everybody.
Once told Big Show, I don't like big bullies, and here we go. Great opportunity tonight, John, for Erick Rowan to make a name for himself. Bounces just off his spine off the stairs. And now
Big
Rowan.
Show better move now. Get out of there, Giant.
Oh, no.
Come on.
With those steel stairs in hand. Oh, Big Show.
Got part of him.
I think it caught the side of him.
Yes, it did.
That would have crushed his sternum, but I believe Big Show rolled out of the way, but I think his side still got caught by the point of those stairs.
Oh, man, look at this.
Oh, no. Right on the stairs. And now Big Show going to go for the victory here. Oh, looking to pin down Rowan with using the stairs. And Big Show.
Here is your winner, the Big Show.
Yeah, so tell you what, that showed some respect the Big Show had for Erick Rowan.
We're back. We just watched Big Show versus Erick Rowan in the first and last ever stairs match. Ryan, what'd you think of the match?
Yeah, it was hard to watch. It was painful to watch.
Man, there was a point where I told Ryan, I was like, this match actually does go a full hour. And I had to, he was studying my face to see if I was joking or not after I told him that. Like this, this was, it wasn't as good. I mean, I don't want to get to because until we do the rankings, who knows? Yeah. But I have a suspicion not as good as the last match that we watched.
No. No, just, I mean, if you want to be honest with the audience, no.
Okay.
Somehow didn't manage to get there, yeah.
Any other just thoughts off the top of your head before we get to the notes?
I don't even know what they were doing the whole time. They were just like someone built a wall that kind of got used at the end, but it was like
they were telling a story, Ryan. God damn, they were telling a story.
About Occupy Wall Street?
About Occupy Wall Street and the plight of the proletariat against the bourgeoisie. And it's like, if you're not savvy enough to understand that story, then that's on you, Ryan. That's on you.
I thought I did before this.
Let's go to the notes. Anatomy of the Stairs. I hope your eyes were opened, Ryan, when you saw that Anatomy of the Stairs video. 275 pounds. This is a publicly traded company. They wouldn't lie about something like that.
They had nice visuals, like representing,
Yes.
Like for the first time, I've talked about the stairs a bunch, and like for the first time, we finally saw the visuals and the components of the stairs, and so that was not,
you sure did eat some crow then, huh, Ryan? With all your claims that they're
it's
10-pound stairs or whatever the fuck you used to say. But yeah, they claim that the bottom half, and they've always been halves every time we've ever seen it. For the
I don't agree with.
I'll send you a clip if I need to. But Mick Foley for sure ran into some stairs that came apart at certain points. But
why would you manufacture stairs like that?
I think that there's got to be a reason for it. Because I think certain...
You can't think of it.
No, I can't. I mean, I've never fucking put a ring together, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. But no, they've all, every time I have seen wooden stairs that were just like kind of one thing, but like as far as I can remember back to like the 90s, they've always been two halves.
Wooden stairs would have been a lot better in this match.
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure, as like a weapon, yeah, I would have.
Some splinters, you know?
Some splinters. No, I can't argue that. But yeah, so they claim the bottom half of the stairs, I think, were like 180 pounds or something like that. And then the top half were like 90 or something ridiculous. Which, again, Ryan and I talked about this. There's no fucking way that those stairs actually weigh that amount. But at the same time, Ryan's claim that they're tinfoil and like a pound a piece is also bullshit. So the truth is somewhere in the middle, as it usually is. But when they enter out to the ring, a lot of stairs out there. I know you felt like you probably had a little bit of blue balls with the tables and ladders and whatnot that were set up, but they weren't allowed to use in this match.
Yeah, this match could have gone just through the roof. But you throw a little ladder in there. Oh my god! Like if they actually they just crawled around the whole goddamn match. Like it's not even that. I bet these guys can't even climb a ladder. You know,
I think I've seen Big Show climb a ladder before. It's hard to say, but you and I were talking a bit throughout it. If you didn't pick up any of this, I don't blame you. It's fine. I hated the commentary. I hated the commentary in this match. They were just
sack of potatoes.
They were attempting to like sell how heavy the stairs were half the fucking time. And it's like anyone with a pair of eyes can see that these are not 275 fucking pounds, you idiots. I hated it. And like Big Show comes out and Cole's like, he's more like Big Trader. And it's like, fuck you, Michael Cole. That's this commentary sucks.
The commentary didn't stick out to me at all. Like I was just hearing in the background. I was trying to watch what was going on. But like usually when good commentary comes on, I just hear in the back. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
sure.
You know?
Yeah. Erick Rowan comes out, crickets. Nobody really gives a shit about him at all, despite being the good guy. He talks to his little sheep mask, and the match starts, and they start firing away with some punches. We've got some splashes in the corner, and then Erick Rowan hits a big boot to take the Big Show down. Then we get our first big move of the match, where Big Show slams Rowan on the ground, and then we get the potatoes call from JBL. What'd you think of the body slam on the outside, Ryan? You like that?
Hardly memorable.
Okay, good.
Hardly memorable.
Rowan goes shoulder first into the steps. We get back into the ring. Big Show gets a stair kicked into him. Then he takes a stair to the shoulder. Like there's a lot of moves where one guy would pick up a stair and then just like kind of run it into the other guy. Your mileage may vary on how, effective that looked.
There was not one good stair move.
And Ryan was looking.
Stair match.
Ryan was checking for one good stair move, and he didn't find one.
I love a good stair move. Yeah.
At this point, Rowan sets up a Rubik's Cube of stairs in the entryway.
For the smartest guy to ever wrestle, Jesus Christ! Look at this wall. I would not trust that guy if he had to solve a Rubik's Cube to save my life. I'd pick, Big Show instead.
Well, you didn't even pick Big Show. You picked Erick Rowan. I was shocked when you picked Erick Rowan.
I thought that it was going to turn, and it
was a head pick. It wasn't a heart pick. It was a head pick.
It wasn't. I just wanted to win the match, and so I can get to that later, but that was an interesting thing.
Sure. Rowan gets thrown into the post. Show then with a chop to Rowan's chest, and then he gets thrown into the timekeeper area. At this point, Show puts one of the halves of stairs onto the announce table. All the announcers are like, we couldn't possibly move it. It's way too... none of us could ever lift it. Rowan then gives shoulder first into steps again. Rowan eats a set of stairs to the ribs. We go back inside the ring. Rowan gets a stair to the back. One of the stairs gets wedged into the turnbuckle, and Rowan is thrown into it. Boring chants are happening at this point.
Yeah.
Rowan body slams Big Show onto the steps, and then he goes to the second rope. The only glimmer of like, oh, this could be interesting that happens in this match is when Rowan goes to the second rope. He's got a set of stairs in his hand, and he goes to smash Big Show in between the steps. But Show, he mostly moved out of the way, but I think the side, like his side, got clipped by the stair when he was trying to roll.
That move right there, like, solidified to me that this is like a terrible match because, like that was the only thing, like, you know, that like it would have looked good, it would have been like kind of fucking awesome, you know, like, and of course he just like, oh, just in the nick of time, he's like, oh, we're not getting hurt in this match, we're just fucking playing around with like steel stairs, like no one's getting hurt.
Yeah, this is not a match where somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, so
and I don't even have this in my notes, but because you drew attention to it, it's fresh in my mind. So Show, he's meant to be completely moved out of the way, but he only like 3/4 moved out of the way. But Rowan then does this weird like, and then he falls out of the ring after he misses Big Show. And then he's like standing there dazed. Big Show comes around, tackles Rowan through the wall of Rubik's Cube steps that have been built into the entryway. Show then brings, at this point you make your pick, because again, you're using your head, not your heart. Rowan gets brought back into the ring by Big Show, boot to the stairs that Big Show was holding, and then we've got a choke slam onto the steel steps. Big Show hits his big knockout punch to Rowan. Rowan's then unconscious, and then Big Show takes the steps and puts them on top of Rowan and then pins him using the steps as leverage.
Another miss right there would have just been like just sitting on the steps.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
It missed that too. Like, so it just all around misses in this match. So, yeah.
Well, those are my notes.
Yeah. I could tell you also, to be fair, like, I'll say, so one, it didn't matter who won this match. It's going to be ranked the same. I don't care. I'm not like judging it based on win or loss. That's fair loss. I'll take it. But like, I have never, like, if I were to describe wrestling, or like the one thing I think about in wrestling is like the first pin is never the end. They will always do this shoulder pop up thing, or like, I thought he was going to lift the at least the vast majority of the time.
Now that you mentioned, I didn't pick up on that. They never did pin each other until that. No, so literally the one pin fall was the one that ended the match,
which you never see. Like, so I was so confident right there. I was like, okay, cool. Like, he's gonna come out. He's gonna get like crazy. No, it didn't happen. That's okay.
Holy shit! I didn't even pick up on that, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, there you go. Anything else before we rank it?
I don't have anything.
I don't want to talk about this fucking match anymore. Let's go to the rankings then. Let's take a look at our list. So I have a feeling, I know where this will be.
Oh, it's been a while since I visited like the bottom area of this.
Like leading up to the birth of my daughter, I was trying to get through as many like, we need to watch this match. We need to watch this match. And so I wasn't peppering in anything that was like total dog shit. But now that we have a little bit more, like kind of laissez-faire opportunities here, I figured, Ryan has such a unique relationship with the steps. This feels like a match made in heaven, so to speak. So let's give throw Ryan a bone.
I think that's the only thing that's going to hold it, from being, fucking trash. It's not going to go, but it's going to go right above it, Okay,
like, so you're thinking awful for this.
Yeah. Okay. This terrible match.
So that narrows this. So for Ryan's list, we've got, what is that? Number 82. Sorry, 82 to 87 is awful.
I mean, I almost don't want to disrespect Ric Flair, by dropping him down. I might put it like the new 85.
New 85. So
behind, or I guess, right behind, was it Al Snow, Big Boss Man?
I thought you said you didn't want to disrespect Ric Flair.
Oh, so you're right. I didn't. So 86. You're right. I want to put it.
Okay, so you're saying this is above the graveyard match between Vampiro and the Kiss Demon, which I gave you the DVD for, by the way.
And I think it's a fair place because I think the graveyard match was much better.
So new 87 then, again below Ric Flair versus Sting, which that match shouldn't be that low for the record. But we'll, now that we've got the amuse-bouche out of the way, let's go to Erick's correct ranking. Where does Erick put this match? Let's see. It's for sure bad. It's got to be bad or below. There's no way this is okay. You cannot justify that. And then what's the bottom of bad for me? Team WCW versus Team NWO versus Team Piper. The only thing this match has going for it over that is that it was shorter. So it was over faster. But
it was almost a little too long for what it was.
I think this match is for sure awful. Okay, so that bumps it down a little bit. So let's see. Was this match better or worse than the Kennel from Hell, Al Snow versus Boss Man? I think this is worse than that because that at least had the wacky storyline of like Al Snow ate his dog. The dogs are pooping and humping each other out there. So like so this is worse than that. Chris Champion versus Don Valentine was like a squash where Don Valentine clearly didn't know what he was doing. I think Chris Champion versus Don Valentine actually has more kitschy value to it of just being entertaining for how shitty it was. This was just a slog. I think you could make the same argument for Vampiro versus Kiss Demon. Oh, and so that brings us to Hollywood Hogan versus Sting, a match that I think was real bad.
Ric Flair versus Sting?
Hollywood Hogan versus Sting. We're on my ranking now. Right?
Oh, I have it there too, up at 83. Yeah.
So I think for me, this is my new number 88. So it's not quite fucking off or fucking trash.
Yeah.
But it's just above Hollywood Hogan versus Sting. If this match had bigger stakes, like Hollywood Hogan versus Sting basically killed WCW. So that's the only reason why that is being ranked lower than this. But like between the two, which one would I rather watch? Yeah, I guess Big Show and Rowan. But okay, so new number. Oh wait, is it new number 88? It is new number 88 for me, I think. Yes.
What is? You have the Ryan predicted column, and you have face and heel listed.
Good guy, bad guy, face, heel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So that is the match. What a great time we all had. That leads us to Erick's Wisdom Tree. Ooh, people are going to not like this one. People are not going to like this one. And this may be more of a fast food thing, potentially. I don't know. Maybe. Well, we can talk. Why would anyone pay money for tacos?
You're being like really inflammatory right here.
Here's what this stemmed from. So there was a night of drinking. We went to a beer fest back towards the end of last year, and we hadn't eaten for hours, and we were like starving. And so it was myself, my wife, and my father-in-law, and we were like, let's just go to Taco Bell. And so we went to Taco Bell. I got my usual order of a Crunchwrap Supreme and a cheesy gordita crunch. Now, granted, that's the order when I'm hungry bear, Eric. That's not like what I would get if I'm just kind of peckish and needed something. But like I was starving, I needed something to absorb all the booze. Crunchwrap Supreme, cheesy gordita crunch. My father-in-law, I think he ordered like 5 or 6 tacos.
Taco Bell tacos.
Taco Bell tacos. And I remember thinking like, well, that's weird. Like, Crunchwrap Supremes are so fucking good. Why would you ever get anything that wasn't a Crunchwrap Supreme? But you know what? No judgment, whatever. Operating more old school, etc. And then we get back to the house, and of course, he ordered way too many tacos. that's more like not that somebody couldn't eat that many.
You got to go big sometimes when you're in the drive-thru after some,
Yeah. So he offered me like these leftover tacos, and I was like, okay, fine, sure, I'll have a taco. And I ate it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is just
and they're hard-shelled.
Hard-shelled corn tortilla like taco with just like a smattering of meat and a little bit of like, cheese. It's not even melted cheese. It's just cheese and some lettuce. And I'm just like, this isn't satisfying to me. I'm only eating this because it's not going to keep for any amount of time. I'm doing this solely as a fiscal responsibility. Why would anyone pay money for this?
I mean, I'll just state, I'm not a Taco Bell person at all. I don't like Taco Bell, so I would not order from there. And I especially hate hard shelled like Taco Bell tacos. Yeah. Like white person taco night, I think is what they call it, you know?
Is that what it's referred to as? Okay.
Yeah. And so, I see, I still think your original statements, you're trying to get clicks, Eric. All right. But no, like, but if you're talking about like, if you went to a food truck and you got a taco,
if it was a taco truck, I would consider getting a taco, but honestly, if they made anything else, I'd probably consider something else over a taco. Like if it was a taco truck that also did burritos, and I'm probably out drinking, and it's like, do you want a taco or do you want a burrito? I'm like, give me a fucking burrito.
A burrito's very good. It comes in very clutch. Don't no disrespect to the burrito, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but those tacos are so fucking good. Like, I mean, the carne with and they do like, it's not like some bullshit fucking like unmelted cheese with a little lettuce on top of it. It's like, you got some pico de gallo on it. You got some like, fresh onions and you cilantro and like I would pay a premium for those. Taco Bell. I mean, I wouldn't order it anyway. So I wouldn't pay for it. I don't do Taco Bell. I'm a Jack in the Box guy.
I just feel like you could make tacos at home so easily and have them be pretty much.
That's not the same though. It's like
you don't think
quality food truck or like come on.
I don't know. I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard. It's just my opinion. I look at it. I was like, where's the value when I can do just something just as good at home? Where's the value here? This one white Protestant Lutheran boy's opinion, right?
I'm glad. It's I never hear anyone like talk a little shit about Taco Bell, but like I'm glad to hear it because I don't get it. I don't understand Taco Bell. Just not. Everyone's like, that's my favorite fast food place for like pretty much everyone. And I'm like, it's not my thing, So I like to hear it, but I disagree with the premise of
It's among my favorite fast food places, but I'd never, ever, ever eaten a taco from them. And when I did, I was just like, this is trash. This is
I definitely.
Some people swear by Jack in the Box tacos. I've never had a Jack in the Box taco either. But again, I would never pay money for a Jack in the Box taco. So fucking prove me wrong. Bring me a Jack in the Box taco if I'm wrong here, and I'll reevaluate this decision. But for right now,
I think like you said, I think you probably get a lot of hate. I bet there's a lot of people who fucking really love the Taco Bell tacos, like late night, I think there's those people out there.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Like the $1, I don't know how much they are, but
something like that.
Yeah, but when you come on here and you say I don't understand why you want to pay for tacos, that's a ridiculous statement. You need to clarify that it's a Taco Bell taco that you're talking about.
I mean, that's what stemmed this whole thing from. Like when I guess I am talking about white person tacos, I suppose, in retrospect. But I will do the occasional street cart taco. But again, if they're offering anything else, I would probably consider anything else above that. That's just my one man's opinion.
Have you seen this birria pizza thing going on with the food trucks?
What pizza?
Birria, the birria meats, and it's kind of looks like a quesadilla, but it's oh my god,
okay, all right.
I need you a little bit more excitement from you.
I heard this.
I'm gonna bring a birria taco next time I come over for the podcast.
This same fucking thing. I wish you would. First of all, second of all, the same fucking thing happened the last time we were recording. What is it with these phone calls?
I'm just a popular guy. I got another podcast to do here in 10 minutes,
What? No, you don't, you dickhead. 2 beers before breakfast has not left the station, to my knowledge.
It hasn't.
Okay. But no, birria pizza?
Birria pizza, yeah.
All right,
so we don't have to, let's wrap up the podcast.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about regarding birria pizza?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'll look into birria pizza. Maybe I'll have some thoughts on it by the next time we get together. But all I guess if Ryan doesn't have anything else and he's got a lot of very important phone calls to make, I don't have any other important phone calls to make, but I do have to make dinner. So we will be back, and whenever we're back at some amount of time, follow us on our socials. If you are not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That is all, folks.
Rubik's Cubes.